Hey, assalamu alaikum everybody. Good morning. I didn't post yesterday at night because I was just exhausted. That's why I'm still rocking my PJs. But it was very interesting. We went to, I don't know, it was just kind of like the spur of the moment thing. Ate at a really nice, I mean, it wasn't fancy or anything, but the food was great. Turkish restaurant. I mean, their kebab it was so good. They had all these different sauces and the spices were great. I forgot what it's called, something grill. Anyways, went and visited the Siegessäule. It's the victory column. So when Bismarck takes over all these places, he takes the cannon, that part of the cannon, and he I don't know what it's called, the barrel maybe, and he puts a bunch of them in this area and he builds this big structure. Well, I'll upload the pictures soon, inshallah, on my Flickr account. Friedrichstraße, which is Frederick Street. Frederick was ruler back in the day. Very nice place, very expensive. I would never buy anything from that area. And also Potsdamer Platz, which is Potsdam Square. Also really nice place. And went to Checkpoint Charlie, big, that's the place to go if you're American, where a bunch of troops, Russian, USSR troops, sorry, and US troops were there, and they were facing each other, and they say if one person had shot, all hell would have broke loose. They say that about, I mean, there's I think a few instances where people say, if one shot had gone off. And also visited a really interesting part of the Berlin Wall where they have, well, the video said, and it was from 1990 that I saw, that it's the largest mural in the world, or largest painting. It's very beautiful. I took a few pictures over there as well. But here's the main topic that I wanted to discuss today. I got this email, and I'll post the article in the info part about quarter-life crisis. And so this article was written on April 1st of 2009. And here another article has come out with people posting about their quarter-life crisis. This is December 21st, so just a few days ago. And I think this is a really important thing that we should be discussing. Especially, I mean, I'm in this age range, and I've seen this. I've seen this before, and that's what makes it so crazy. I I didn't know that there was a name to it. Now we know midlife crisis. That's when people, they have all these goals in life, and then they eventually realize I'm not gonna achieve these goals of mine. I feel really depressed and stuff. At least that's my understanding of it. But there's this quarter life crisis, which comes even before that in the 20s, where people just don't know what to do with their lives. They're just lost. I don't know. It just made me so sad to read about that, and then I just like, I know people like that. I know people like that in the U.S. I know people like that in Syria. I know people like that in Egypt. So it's not just an American phenomena. I think it's all over the world where people just don't know what to do with their lives. And like the article says, there are some economic factors. Uh, there just aren't enough jobs to go around. So sometimes people will graduate and they just won't have a job. And that's a really sad thing. But at the same time, I think it's just being lost. You have this term in Egyptian and in Syrian as well, where you call someone lost, and what it means is that it's one of those youth who just grows up and just not doing anything, maybe watching TV every single day, or just watching movies all the time, just hanging out, chilling till the end of the night, sleeping late, then waking up, not going to class, missing everything. I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm critical of the educational system in every country that I've been to thus far, the three, and I think it's terrible. I think it dumbs down people. We should study by ourselves and read and just think and grow as people with discussion with others. But it just made me really sad, and I had to see a movie which had motivated me many years ago to actually be on this trip and to travel around, and that's Motorcycle Diaries. So even though you may not agree with Che Guevara's conclusions, it's a beautiful movie that I recommend y'all see, where he just goes out to travel, and he's like, I'm young now, so let me do it. But after meeting all of these people, he better understands himself and his mission in life. Islamic scholars used to, from what I've heard and from what I've read, there are traditions that say that traveling is very important for the seeker of knowledge, talibul ilm. This is the person who, it's a student, but it literally means one who seeks and who requests and who is searching for knowledge. that traveling is important because you meet different people, because you see different things. There's so many great quotes on that. If you just put traveling quotes, there's this website with the top 50, very beautiful quotes. Just read them. One always makes me laugh. Where this one traveler, I forgot his name, he says that we travel to see other people doing the most ordinary things. They're eating, they're driving, they're doing uh, very normal things. Yet it's so exciting to us and fascinating. And so, read about those travelers. But I think it's important to travel without looking down on the people. And I try to stop myself from doing that, but I fall into the same mistake where, you might think, oh, this race is this, or these people are this. And the great thing is when you spend more and more time in a certain location, you start seeing the tanoa, you start seeing the diversity, the variety, the differences that exist there. And I don't know, I wanted to see what other people think about this quarter life crisis because it's crazy. There are many people who are affected by this, and we have to do something. It gives a few groups or something, I think, at the bottom of the article where people can be helped. But I think the best thing is just to have dialogue, to choose something, be passionate about it, and just work your butt off. In Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers, which I haven't read yet, I've read Tipping Point, and it was great, and I have Blink to read. But, great author in my opinion. He talks about these outliers, these great people like Bill Gates. I mean, he's an outlier. You have all the normal people, and then these people are just awesome. And he says the 10,000 hour rule, which is you got to put your heart, blood, sweat, tears, everything into something for 10,000 hours of intensive work. And then you become awesome. You become really good at it. And it's this common number. I've seen it in other documentaries and other places as well. And I didn't think of it as a rule. And so I've decided that one of those things, I mean, perhaps you can have a couple in your life, is Arabic, that I want to be amazing at Arabic. And so I'm willing to, and I intend on putting the 10,000 hours into that language so that I become, just great, a scholar of Arabic and distinguished in the world. It's something I'm very passionate about. I love the language, and it's a means for other things in my career, in my studies, and just, me being happy in life. So I don't know what else to say. Travel. If you haven't traveled, get out of your city. Just go to a different place, meet new people. And I think slowly with meeting new people, and not depressed people, not sad people, not negative people, because your environment affects who you are and what you believe, that we can slowly become better. Where people will travel. There's what's it called? Three cups of tea. I forgot the book's name. But I mean, just this guy goes and he's just traveling. He's mountain climbing, from what I remember. He goes to some area like Pakistan or South Asia, and then he sees all these poor people who don't have enough money for schools, and he starts raising money and building schools. I mean, that's great. He was just a traveler, but he saw something, and he fought for it. And Che Guevara, even though you may not agree with his views, and I don't necessarily agree with communism, but he went there and he traveled and he saw that people were poor. People were being treated unjustly by their governments, by capitalism, by big business, corporations. And he was like, I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to help these people. And he was just 3 assignments away from finishing med school. I mean, very smart guy. So these are not stupid people who go. And I think the essence of good action are these little acts. I mean, feeding a hungry person, visiting orphans, helping the elderly. I really like the movie Pay It Forward, for that reason. And so, just these good little acts that we do amongst each other, these personal actions, um, that that's what really makes life what it is. And so I hope that we can read about this, we can look, be aware of it at the very as the very first step, and then try to address this problem and discuss it, because I think it's important. In other news, going to London, still haven't found a place to stay. The couch surfing thing, I think it's too late. I mean, today is Christmas. Yes, well, yeah, today's Christmas. Yesterday was Christmas Eve. People aren't checking their mail. They're with their family. So I don't know if anybody's going to reply to my request, but I'm searching for hostels now. And they have this mixed dorm, and I don't feel comfortable at all with that. I don't feel comfortable sleeping in the same place as a female. But I don't know what I'm going to do. So I'm still searching. Send me advice if you have any. And yeah, look forward to an exciting day today. Going to a Friday prayer speech, inshallah, for the first time in Germany. So I'm interested to see what they're going to say. Even though I don't have to because I'm a traveler, but I want to. And visiting the Free University of Berlin. So take care. Assalamu alaikum.